Incredible greetings. Let's continue the Supermemo course, the Pleasurable expansion. Now it's time for the final drill. So we have seen the outstanding and the sorting criteria of that outstanding queue. Now Fowl will be describing in the stats window, in the statistics window, the outstanding raw. You have 3 counts of the elements. Let's check that.
Is for items. Second one is for topics, so it's 0, 0, and 9 is your drill. So
are the items of your final drill. So it's items that are outstanding, topics that are outstanding, and items that are in the final drill. Because only items can be in the final drill. And not all of them, by the way.
drill is the items that you put in today and or that you graded with 3 or less. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I mean. What are grades? So we start pressing learn. There is really nothing. Who's the first president of the USA? George Washington. And you
Exactly. We will cover this more in detail later when we cover space repetition. But for now is you have different options. If you choose the default, that is 3, is success. The more weakest option of success, or worse, meaning thumbs down or angry phrase, it will go to your final drill queue. As long as you have the final drill activated, by the way, it can be disabled. And what he said will be the items of today that you rated as 3 or worse, and yesterday and 2 days ago. It's not day-by-day cases. You have a few days.
we can grade it from 5, which is the best. Okay, remember this is inverted. 5, 9 before pizza.
Remember that when you enter this final drill, you will see the interview raw of statistics, the drill queue. Then the final drill is special because it doesn't end per se. It will only end when the queue is empty. That means the criteria is that the item has to be rated as 4 or 5, the best 4 cases, in order to be out of the final drill. If you keep seeing the same element over and over again, but you rate it as 3, you'll keep this ad infinitum. Supermemo will show you the same element over and over again. You either rate it as 4 or 5, you could manually take it out of the drill regardless, or you can just change the learning stage. Let's go to the next time he speaks about that.
We're gonna see our topics now, portrayed by actress, and look at the drill.
He has now 5 elements. Remember, it's the 3rd count.
5, but now that I make another close.
What happened here? That's another case. That is one of the rare cases that Fowl creates closed solutions without following what would be the incremental reading flow. So you created an item, and this goes already to that stand. It goes to the final drill. You haven't rated the recall, you just created that. So now we know that the criteria is to rate as 3 or worse, or to create it. That's it.
It's 6. And the topics are down to 1 now. Manages to... Nice. Let's look at this close.
Yeah, he doesn't focus on this anymore. Okay. So let's see this collection, what will happen. If you go to Toolkit and Options, then in the loading, you can skip the final drill. Because if I never want to use the final drill, why creating it and renew every single day if I will never use it, right? Cool. If I enable it again, that is from now on, I'll be using it. So let's do that. Look at the count. I only have items and topics. Then I rate as 3. And now for the first time I have the 3rd count. So that's something. instead of telling you 0, it's just not there. And when it becomes non-zero, it adds the plus icon and the number 1. If I do not next rep, another 1, now I have 2. But if I rate now as 5, do you see it stays at 2? It doesn't enter. Now, I can see what's called the final drill queue. We have the outstanding and the priority that we have seen. Where it is, you have to go to other. And now we have drill. By the way, the pending is also accessible here. The drill queue. And I have those two. And just to let you know that you can do this, you can add other to the final drill, or if you don't, you can go to learn and cut drills. I will do that, delete final drill, so now it's again emptied. Doesn't say 0, it's just not there. The plus icon is gone. So in a different collection, once you are in the last outstanding element in your queue, then Supermemo will shift to the final drill if it's enabled in that collection. Let's try that. Oh, here I only have 1. Okay. So that is something we have seen before, but we didn't explain. Now it's time to explain it. So in this case, it's the most extreme case. I don't have anything outstanding. 0 items, 0 topics, but 1 element in the final drill. That means if I keep pressing a space, it will show me this ad infinitum. Especially the case for newbies that they don't understand that. Could be that they have a few more, and Supermemo will cycle that. But do not worry. If we go to the repetition history, there's none. Everything I do here, this is not logged. You can do as many repetitions as you want in the final drill. Drill it as much as you want. Does not affect the algorithm, and it's done on purpose. If you want, you can cram as much as you want, seeing over and over again the same questions, but that won't affect the algorithm at all. Then how do you quit the final drill? In case it's not finished, like in this case, I have 1 item, could be that you have more, but hey, I want to go back to my outstanding, because I didn't finish my outstanding. I just started the final drill manually. You can go here, new material. Here you go, you have quit that. Or another thing you can do, so now is how do I quit the final drill? Now I'm in the pending. Okay. So learn stages, final drill. Then here's ad infinitum, but I can press skip, and in the next repetition, show the answer. And now I'm in the pending queue. It was not that obvious because the item was super similar. But if I quit the final drill, then what happens? In this collection was not outstanding, so it went straight to the second, the new material. And yeah, perhaps not the best case, not the most illustrative example, because look at the difference. Are very similar. Now, if I use a backup of mine, let's see something more meaningful. I don't use the final drill at all. So let's say that now, from now on, I will start using the final drill. So I stop skipping it. Nice. Then I do my reps, but before that, I want to have only items. So sorting criteria, and I make sure that I got only items. So I don't spam topics on the screen. Okay. So I will be rating as number 3. Pum, 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 pum. It doesn't matter, it's all dummy. Now what happened now? I have 8 elements in the pending queue. And what I'm doing, I'm not in the final drill. I am in what? What it says the review. It's empty. It's just a dash. When you have the dash, means it's outstanding. It's a real world mode. Nothing special. Okay. So then, since I won't finish my outstanding, because basically I have 7,000 I have more than 7,000 items and more than 22,000 topics, I could be here for three months without finishing this. So I will force, and hey, I want to move on to a final drill. And then look at the number. It's 8, continues to be 8. Now I rate as easy. Now it's 7. But you know what? Until here, let's see that this was mission critical items or language learning. Now I want to go back to my outstanding. I can do that. You can explicitly ask for this stage and outstanding, or you can press escape, and now when you do the next repetition, it's already there. Do you see? I'm not in the final drill anymore. There's no visual feedback other than that. That's why I suggest to have the statistics window in this size, not the full-fledged window like this, for those cases, because this is only shown here. That standing queues, it's already in the status bar. I don't need that, but I need the review. So I know if I am the final drill, in a subset, or the outstanding. So that's all you need to know about the final drill in Supermemo. See you in the next video.